We are ready. We're ready. Guys, we're here. Welcome to the Soul Family Show and Podcast. I'm so happy to be here with you. Got my mic ready to go. I'm here and I'm actually recording this a little bit before Christmas, the Monday before Christmas, actually, because my family and I, or my in-laws, my husband's family, are all going to Florida. And I want you guys to be doing great during the week of Christmas and the week after Christmas, because you guys, it's about to be New Year's Eve. It's about to be a new decade. It's about to be 2020. When they talk about the 20s, they're going to be talking about the 2020s here. I am so excited. So you can still see our awesome Christmas cards in the background and our little Believe star. And so welcome. This is me doing my thing right now because I'm probably somewhere on a beach. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook, I will be talking to you on stories every day from a beach. But right now I'm doing this here because there's no distractions and I want you guys to get some incredible things happening in order to start the new decade right. So welcome to the Soul Family Show and Podcast. I'm your host, Sinikka, and this week we're talking all about how the Soul Family is going to be walking into the next decade with intentionality in choosing your spouse every single day. So this week, I want to tell you about our new Marriage Mentorship Program, really explain what that is. This is new. It's the first time we've ever done this. It feels right. Everything feels so right about it. And I'll explain why we're going to do it as well. So first of all, I cannot be the only one who had the feeling after first marrying that I didn't know exactly what it looked like to be a godly wife. Okay. And I also can't be the only one who wished that I had a community of sisters or even just a mentor, like a marriage mentor, who could show me exactly what it looked like and help me understand what I should be aiming for when I even say the words godly wife. And I can't be the only one because you, my sweet sisters, have been telling me that you've been feeling the same way too in your first years of marriage. So I'm happy to announce the Soul Family Marriage Mentorship Program. It's officially open because, sisters, I know what that feels like in your first few years of figuring it out. And I want to give you the tools and resources and to walk alongside you in this marital journey. So first, what is it? So the Marriage Mentorship Program is a 3-month study starting on January 6th. And each month, I will be giving you a live teaching in our program's Facebook community, and I'll provide you also with a workbook to dive into each month one extremely important characteristic of a godly wife. And then in that workbook, you'll get a reflection from me, questions for you to prompt journaling time, date night ideas, a recipe to make with you and your husband, a product discount, and all the info on a guest speaker who will be on a special podcast for you that month. And in addition to all of that, we're actually going to be together. So once a month, we're having an in-person event where we can be in community together and sharing that sacred space of growing as godly wives alongside one another. So I'm excited to help encourage you to start off this decade with intentionality in your marriage. And I literally am so excited about it because if there's one thing to focus on at the beginning of an entirely new day, new year, new month, new week, new decade, it's your number one priority, your number one vocation, your number one underneath the Lord, and that's your ministry to marriage. So if you are literally right now like, oh my gosh, please go ahead. If you're ready for 3 months of learning how to say forever, I choose you, you can hop on over to the Soul Creation Shop and join our community. So right now during this Christmas week, it's $12 a month or just $30 if you pay in full. And then as a bonus and a guide to help you guys through this Christmas season and the New Year's, if you join this week, so by Monday, the day we start at 11:59 p.m., I'll send you the How to Date Over Christmas Break guide. So now that we know what this is, this is why I'm doing this. And this is also a little bit of the meaning behind the Forever I Choose You message. We've got our mugs now. It makes me so happy. So when I first got married, all I had as an example was my mama, who had shown me that a godly wife went about her work with busy hands and a pure heart. And while I had a great example of a wonderful wife, I don't know the story of how she became that way, how she got to that way. If you've heard the book Becoming by Michelle Obama, every single woman could truly write a novel like that about how they got to where they are and the things that they've learned in order to be who they are today. And honestly, I haven't read my mama's novel. I haven't. And I should ask her to write one, actually. But right now, I can't tell you the hills and valleys that she journeyed in order to get to the destination of where she is today as such an incredible godly wife. And after realizing that there was a little help to be had in that arena for myself of becoming a godly wife, I decided to take a look and do some research and figure out what I was aiming for. And honestly, it is hard to truly embody what it means to be a godly wife every day, every moment, every thought, every action. But it's especially hard when you don't even know exactly what it looks like if your life looks different than, your mama's. And mine right now does a little bit. So the next 3 months, I'll be here with you walking through the characteristics of a godly wife that I have learned from almost 5 years of experience. I also know I have so much more to learn, so many more novels to read of incredibly godly women. So I have decided to pull in some awesome women of God who can help us both grow in our marriage relationship even more. Because sis, we cannot do it by ourselves. We weren't made to do this by ourselves. And us gals who have gone before, even just a little bit, are here extending a helping hand because I know and they know what it's like in year 1, in year 2, in year 3, and beyond. And because you're here watching this video and listening to this podcast, I want to read you a little bit of gold that's going to be coming to the gals in the Marriage Mentorship Program, because this show right here, this is for you, sis, and I want you to walk away knowing a little bit more right now about how you can be a godly wife. So get ready. I'm so excited. So in month 1, we actually are going to be looking at, throughout the whole thing, a lot of Proverbs 31 and really dissecting what that woman looks like today. So in Proverbs 31, verse 29 and 30 in the NIV version, New International Version, it says, "Her children arise and call her blessed, and her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all," is what he says. So hello, isn't that incredible? Her husband thinks everything of her. And let's break that down to help build ourselves up as a woman who has this said about her by the person that means the most to her in the world. So the noble, that word is what we're going to look at right now. The definition of that is behaving in an honest and brave way that other people admire. A noble action is one that you do to help other people rather than for yourself. And this word often shows that you don't think something is noble at all. It really means that you are thinking so much of the other person that you're not even thinking about how it reflects back to you for doing that action. A synonym is brave. Noble is brave and willing to take risks. So I'm wondering, sis, when was the last time that you took a big risk for others? When was the last time that you helped others rather than yourself? And when was the last time that you were truly brave? A brave decision, action, or choice is one that you make even though it involves risk and may cause problems for you. A brave decision goes beyond. A brave decision goes beyond, honestly, what you think is a good idea, and it means you are working in the realm of what is a right idea. Think about all those military soldiers. I was listening to Brendan Burchard's book, High Performance Habits, recently, and he was interviewing a military officer who had gotten one of his legs amputated after a blow-up happened. And it turned out he needed that amputation after he had run back in to the explosion area to save one of his friends, save one of his soldiers. Those soldiers were friends, yes, but even if it wasn't a friend, he still would have gone back because it was the right thing to do, even though it meant he was in harm's way. So today, my sister, a brave decision for you could look like changing jobs because it's impacting your home life when you're not sure how much you're going to like the next job. A brave decision right now in your everyday could be choosing to give birth to a new life when you're not sure if there's going to be extremely intense complications for yourself. A brave decision in your everyday life could be moving to a new city to follow your husband's career instead of your own, even when you're not sure what it even means for you in community. Sis, you're called to be brave and to walk into the future laughing at the days to come. That's Proverbs 31:25 in the New International Version. You need to have confidence, and you need to have that bravery about you to do things for other people rather than yourself, thinking of the outcome of good and what is the next right step. If there's nothing else we learned from Frozen 2, ladies, it's to do the next right thing. So I'm pumped, my girls, to be able to walk with you month by month by month in these characteristics of a godly wife. Because holy moly, if we could have our husbands look at us and be saying, oh my goodness, many are noble, but you surpass them all. That's our aim, girls. And now we know. Now we know. And we now need the steps to get there. So in 2020, or even just during the first month of the year, how do you plan to grow in your vocation, in your marriage, in your role as a godly wife? And this Christmas break, as you're thinking about New Year's intentions, resolutions, you're celebrating, when will you and your spouse have a moment to connect? I say that because I know you need it. I need it too. When are you going to have a coffee break or a brunch date? Sis, I want you to get date time on your calendar. And I also want you to get a plan of action set in order for you to continue, and not just continue, rather move forward in how you're growing as a godly wife. I am so excited you guys joined me today, even just for this simple, small time together, because girls, I want you to go out and do things that people will say, dang, that girl, she's noble. She is noble. She is taking risks and making big changes for the world around her. And also, by the way, if you want a deeper reflection from me on this topic and a peek into the behind-the-scenes real-life thoughts I have, each Tuesday, sign up to join the Soul Family Insiders List, and that link for it will be in the notes. Friend, sister, you've got this. Get out there and hug the person you chose to be forever with. I hope you have an amazing Christmas season and New Year's.